What if I told you the reason your Airbnb sits empty is not your photos, your location, or your listing, it's because you're pricing it completely wrong. I'm Nathan from B&B Fastlane. Aaron and I managed over 60 properties, generating over $2.5 million in booking revenue in 2023 alone. We sold that business in under 2 years. And today, I'm showing you the exact pricing strategy that took our properties from this to this in less than 90 days. And here's what most hosts do not understand. You can be 100% booked and still be broke. Or you can be 60% booked and crushing it. Stick with me and I will show you exactly how to maximize every dollar from your property. Quick story. When Aaron and I first started, we made a massive pricing mistake that cost us thousands of dollars. We were obsessed with occupancy rate. Get booked, get booked, get booked. Wrong metric. If you are currently managing your own property and wondering why you're not making the money you expected, if you are a host looking at your calendar and thinking, why am I not booked? Or if you're managing properties for other people and your owners are always asking why it's not performing better, this video is for you. Because what I'm about to teach you will add at least $10,000 per property per year if you implement it correctly. But I need to be honest, this is not set and forget. If you're looking for that, click away now. If you're willing to put in the effort, let's dive in. And before we jump in, if you want to go deeper than what I'm about to cover today, we've built a program called the Revenue Maximizer that teaches you in a weekend what it took us over 2 years of trial and error to figure out across 60 properties, including our full hotel pricing strategy secrets, multi-platform distribution, and a fortnightly review system that keeps your RevPAR climbing month after month. The link will be in the description. Check it out after this video. All right, the biggest pricing mistake that most hosts make, and we made this too, is measuring success by the wrong metric. You are looking at occupancy rate. Oh, I'm booked 85% this month, I'm crushing it. Or I'm booked 40%, I need to drop my prices. Neither of those tell you if you are actually making money. Let me show you what I mean with a real example. Host 1, high occupancy Sarah. 100% occupancy, it's charging $120 per night. 30 nights times 120, it's $3,600 per month. Sounds good, right? Host 2, strategic pricing, Mike. 60% occupancy, charging $350 per night. 18 nights booked at $350, that's $6,300 per month. Mike made $2,700 more than Sarah, while his property sat empty for 40% of the time. This is the mindset shift that you need to make today. We are not trying to get booked as much as possible. We are trying to maximize our revenue per available room, or as hotels call it, RevPAR. So if you take nothing else from this video, take this. Occupancy means nothing. RevPAR means everything. Now, let me show you how to calculate your RevPAR and use it to make more money. RevPAR is simple to calculate. Take your total revenue for a period, let's say a month, divided by the number of nights in that period. Your RevPAR equals your total revenue divided by the number of nights. So if you made $6,300 in a 30-day month, 6,300 divided by 30, that's $210 per day RevPAR. Now, here is where this gets really powerful. This number, your RevPAR, becomes your North Star. This is what you're trying to increase every single month. You might be increasing it by raising prices and accepting slightly lower occupancy. You might increase it by filling up more weekday gaps. You might be increasing it by crushing it during your peak season. But this is your number. When Aaron and I were running our management business, we tracked RevPAR for every single property, every single month. We compared it month over month. If RevPAR went up, even if occupancy went down, we celebrated because we knew we were making more money. If RevPAR went down, even if occupancy went up, we knew we had a problem. So that is RevPAR. Now I need you to understand the 4 factors that determine what you should charge on any given night. Because pricing $350 on a random Tuesday in March, that's stupid. Pricing $350 on New Year's Eve in a tourist town, that might be leaving money on the table. Let me break down the 4 factors. The 4 factors that determine your pricing are: factor number 1, seasonality. This is the macro view, peak season versus low season. For us on the Gold Coast, our peak was summer, December through February. School holidays, beach weather, people escaping the cool estate. Our low season was winter, June through August. Your seasons will be completely different. Ski town, your winter is your peak season. Desert location, spring and fall. Major city, you may actually not have huge seasonality. Action item, write down your peak season dates and low season dates right now. You will need to know these. Factor 2, special events. This is where you can absolutely crush it. Every city has events that drive massive demand. Concerts, sports, festivals, conferences. For us, for example, we had the Gold Coast 500, Schoolies Week, music festivals and marathons. For one of our apartments, a normal weekend we might charge $280 per night. During the Gold Coast 500 supercar race through the streets of Surfers Paradise, $650 or more per night, and we would be booked out months in advance. Action item, create a list of every major event in your area for the next 12 months. Put them in your calendar. These are your premium pricing opportunities. Factor number 3, historical trends. If you've been running a property for over a year, look at what happened last year during this same period. What were you charging? What was your occupancy? What was your RevPAR? Then ask, can I do better this year? Here's what we did. If you got booked at a certain price last year, we would start this year at least 10 to 15% higher and see what happened. If booking slowed, we would adjust. If we kept getting booked, we would push higher. Do not just repeat your last year, try and beat it. Factor number 4, supply and demand. This is the most important factor and it changes every single day. Supply, how many properties like yours are available? Demand, how many people are looking to book? When demand is high and supply is low, charge more. When supply is high and demand is low, be competitive. This is where revenue management comes in. Here's a real example from our business. It's a Tuesday in April, low season, no events. We check our pricing software and see the average book price for similar properties is $180. We price ourselves at $175 to catch a last minute bookings. Same Tuesday in April, but it's a long weekend. And there is a marathon in town. We check the data and see the average book price has actually jumped to $380. Properties are getting snapped up. What do? We raise our prices to $400 to $450 because the data shows that people are willing to pay that right now. This is why you need to check your market regularly, at least weekly, ideally multiple times per week. So those are the 4 factors. Now let me show you the strategy that changed everything. The pricing curve. The pricing curve, now this is a game changer. The idea is simple. The further out a date is, the higher your price. The closer a date is, if not booked already, you drop the price. Now here's why this works. 60 plus days out. People booking 2 to 3 months in advance are planners, families, groups with specific dates that they need. They are less price sensitive because they are buying certainty. So we price the highest to people here. If someone books, great, premium prices. If not, no worries, we still have time. 30 to 60 days out. If we are still not booked, we take a look at our back-end data. What is the average book price? Not the still listed prices, but what people are actually paying for similar properties on those dates. Let's say the data shows 220. We price at 215 to 220. Competitive, not desperate. 15 to 30 days out. Still not booked, back to the data. If the average booked price dropped to $195 per night, we adjust to match, or we slightly beat it. We are not randomly dropping 10%. We are using real-time data to see what the market is actually paying. 0 to 15 days out. Crunch time. But again, we go to the data. If the back end shows last minute bookings at 140 to 160, that is where we price. Why? Because an empty night earns us $0. A night booked at market rate is still money in your pocket. Now, here is the art meeting the science. Let us say it's 14 days out. Weekend is still not booked, but you check your back-end data and see the average book price is actually increasing, not decreasing. Do you drop your price? Not a chance. You might actually increase it because the data is telling you that demand is strong. This is why you can't set and forget it. You need to actively watch what the market is doing. When we first started with 1 to 4 properties, we did this manually every week just to learn the market. Once we hit 5 properties, we actually hired someone specifically for market and revenue optimization. This freed us up to focus on what actually grew the business, signing new clients. But, and this is crucial, we learned how to operate as revenue managers at a high level before we hired someone. That meant we knew exactly what to look for. We knew if they were doing a good job or if they were leaving money on the table. If you hand your pricing over without understanding it first, you have no idea what they are doing and it could be costing you thousands. This is also what thousands of hosts are doing right now by just plugging their listings into a pricing software and expecting a $20 a month tool to maximize their returns. Alright, so you understand the strategy. Now let's talk about the tools to implement this. There are a few main pricing tools. Price Slabs, this is the one we used, Wheelhouse, and Beyond Pricing. There's a few more as well. These tools implement the pricing curve automatically. They look at the supply and demand, and they adjust the prices daily. But here is my warning. Do not just turn on dynamic pricing and walk away. You still need to set your base prices for peak and low season. Set your minimal acceptable price. Mark special events manually and check in weekly to make sure it's actually working. Think of these tools like cruise control on a car. They will maintain your speed, but you still need to steer. And honestly, for your first 90 days, I recommend doing it semi-manually. Why? Because that's how you learn your market. You need to feel the pain of an empty calendar, so you know when to drop prices. You need to feel the excitement of selling out at premium prices, so you know when to raise them. Once you have done that for 90 days, then you can fully automate. And if you're sitting there thinking, Nathan, I get all of this, but I just don't have the time to figure this out from scratch. That's exactly why we built the Revenue Maximizer program. We walk you through every setting, every platform, every adjustment. You don't have to figure it out yourself. You follow the system. Link will be in the description. All right, real talk. What I just taught you will add a minimum of $10,000 or more per property per year if you implement it correctly. But it is not easy. It requires checking your calendar multiple times per week. It requires making decisions. Do I drop the price or do I wait? It requires tracking your numbers and understanding and paying attention to your RevPAR. Most hosts will not do this. They will either A, set the price once and never touch it again and wonder why they're not booked. Or B, turn on Airbnb Smart Pricing or just plug it into a pricing software and forget about it and let the algorithm destroy their revenue. If you are serious about making real money from Airbnb, whether it's a property you own or you manage from others, you need to treat pricing like the business decision it is. In the early days, we reviewed pricing every Monday morning. It took about an hour, and I would make constant minor adjustments throughout the week. Once we got past 5 properties, we hired a dedicated revenue manager so we could focus on growth, signing new clients, building systems, and scaling up. Was it annoying? Sometimes, yeah. Was it worth it? Absolutely. That 1 hour per week made us and our clients hundreds of thousands of extra dollars. So that is the strategy. Now, here is exactly what I want you to do next. All right, step 1, calculate your RevPAR. Total revenue last month divided by the number of nights. Write it down. That's your baseline. Step 2, set a goal to increase it by 20% over the next 90 days. That's your target. Step 3, head to the link in description and check out the Revenue Maximizer. This is the program where we take everything I've covered today and we go 10 times deeper. Full Price Lab setup, all 17 settings configured for your specific strategy. A complete multi-platform distribution system, Booking.com, VRBO, so you're not leaving half your potential audience on the table by only staying on Airbnb. Multiple real-world case studies covering every possible market scenario. And the fortnightly review system, the ongoing process that keeps compounding your RevPAR month after month, long after you've finished implementing. It's self-paced. Most people implement the whole thing over the weekend and start seeing increased bookings within days. You can start tonight. The price goes up as we add more content. So whatever it says when you click that link is the lowest it will ever be. So if you got value from this video, hit subscribe, drop your current RevPAR in the comments if you know what it is and what your plan is to increase it. I read everyone. I'm Nathan from B&B Fastlane and I'll see you in the next one.